Good morning, Vietnam. No, I'm just playing. Always wanted to say that. We are coming from sunny Fayetteville, North Carolina, where it was almost 70 degrees today. This is episode 4 on our weekly podcast. We try to get everything in by Monday morning for your commute to work. We had a special guest today, but they're having oral surgery. Does not sound like fun. Maybe I can get one of my guys that's in there working in the pawn shop today. They're doing inventory to come sit in here. I've hollered for Robert the Dancing Korean about 6 times, but we'll see if he actually shows up in here, and we'll just put him in the hot seat and make him feel real uncomfortable, because that's what we do. Let me try to get him again. Yo, Roberto! He might not show up. I'm not going to pick on him, I promise. Anyway, so while we wait on Robert, oh, here he is. Come sit down. Yeah, you don't need to dance.
But
your dancing career's over. Sit the fuck down.
I'm the dancing Korean.
You're the fill-in today.
Oh, I'm the fill-in.
You're like on Leno when he's got somebody famous come in, then they don't show up at the last minute, and he gets the homeless guy from the street to come sit in.
Okay.
Yeah, that's you. I haven't adjusted your mic levels or anything, so.
Sorry. Can everybody hear me at home?
Yeah, they can fucking hear you. Sucks to be them. So anyway, I'm not going to say who the guest is. I'm not putting their business out there, but they had oral surgery, so they can't be here.
Well, that's why I'm here. I'm the good fill-in. It's funny that you're talking about that, because I remember I actually broke one of my teeth once eating one of those cracklins. You know what I'm talking about? The hard ones.
I love them damn things. Pork skins.
Not the foofy ones. I'm talking about
No, you're talking about the North Carolina ones.
Yeah, the ones that will break your teeth.
Petrified fat back.
Yeah. You know how I found out that I had a broken tooth? I ate chocolate once. And, when you eat,
The pain.
Oh, my God. It shot through my face.
It's called that Hershey's nerve.
Yeah.
I've got... Much. So those of you that don't know me, in which I don't have many followers, so if you're following me, you pretty much fucking know me. I was in a bad car accident a couple years ago. Broke my back a few times.
Yeah, he did.
But I was in pretty bad shape. I spent some time in a nursing home, and I jacked up my mouth. But I actually have, when I woke up, I had I lost some teeth. I got some teeth. Some of my molars and stuff were knocked out, but all my front teeth were intact. They were just cracked, but they look good. They were just cracks in them. And I figured, well, I get a dentist to kind of straighten them up. And the surgeon that did my back, the surgical team, they said, "Hey man, you better address them teeth. It's gonna get you down the road." Well, I put it off for about a year and a half. I actually have holes in the front where it's just crumbling. So I literally feel the pain.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Speaking of that, let me talk about pain. So I go to the dentist here in Fayetteville. I'm not going to say their name. It's Aspen Dental. So I go down there and they tell me that they got the best deal, and she's like, you're too young for dentures, and you don't want to do full-on implants. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out all the broken teeth, screw a metal stud in my mouth, and attach a zirconium tooth, which in the diamond business sounds like, like a fake diamond or something. But anyway, zirconium finished teeth. But so there was like 8 teeth that were knocked out originally, and then there's like 6 teeth that are broken that I got to have replaced. So, you do the math. So they figured me up a bill, and they brought me into this room, and they brought in a closer, like you're buying a new car.
Right.
So I'm in this room, and it's really fancy, and there's free chocolates. Would you like a drink? And all this. I'm thinking, oh man, I'm in sales. They're about to close me. So I sat down, and it's they don't, they ain't got some old hag coming in. It's a younger woman in there. That's what they do with guys, because they figure guys are going to be too embarrassed to say no. So it's like I'm dealing with somebody in the pawn business. She writes down a number. She's just like this. And slides it to me. Read that number, Dancing Korean.
38K.
Yes. $38,000. $38,000. I can get a head transplant for that, can't I? Get rid of this. I got the biggest head in Cumberland County.
Second.
The second biggest head. Robert's got the biggest head. I've got the second biggest head in diameter I can't even get a hat at the Western store. My fucking head's so big.
Dude, 38
and I can get my head replaced for the price of this.
38K? I mean, were they like platinum teeth?
Zirconium coated. So anyway, I'm thinking, I'm upset because I really wanted like the implant. I don't want Fixodent and 1, 2. I mean, I had a friend in school, man, and every time they talked, their teeth were just falling the fuck out of their mouth. And we always told them that it was cool, and but it really wasn't. It was fucking weird. So I shop around. So I go to this other place, and I'm not supposed to say names on here. I've been advised by our attorneys not to say names. Day and Night. So I go to Day and Night Dental on Skibo.
Right.
Or for you guys that are from out of town, Skibo Road. So I go in there, same thing. They're like, oh man, we can beat everybody's prices. You know, they're panoramic X-ray, $380 worth of X-rays. And they're like, but if you do the deal, you ain't got to pay it. It just kind of absorbs into the cost. I knew it was bad when a contract hit the front of me. They had a contract for financing. And I said, man, if I got to finance some fucking teeth, there's an issue. So the contract came, that's like 7 pages long. And it's at the bottom of the contract, it says that by signing this, you give the right, you know, you give the okay to them to fish your credit out to other people. And I'm thinking, man, this is like buying a car. They're going to send it to a bunch of people. Well, I didn't sign that. I said, man, just give me your number. And they were like between 18 and 22,000.
So,
I mean, I got
hold
teeth. They're just cracked up.
They were fishing it out, so you literally could have gotten a subprime tooth lender.
You think I was at the fucking Chevy dealership?
You could have got a subprime tooth lender, and if you didn't pay it, what were they going to do? Repo your
let
teeth?
me tell you, the best fucking deal they had was subprime. I mean, the best deal they had was a 14% interest rate. The worst deal they had was 39.9. I'm in the pawn business, and the state tells us, you know, our interest rate here is actually lower than a bank. You know, you can get a loan here at my shop cheaper than you can get one at the bank. But 39.9, and then and here's the best part. They had this Care Credit. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
So this, once again, I'm not supposed to name names. Synchrony Bank. So this conglomerate monopoly of assholes, they have the credit card business on lock. I went down a rabbit hole, haven't I?
You have.
Okay, I'm just going to go down it then. So a lot of your retail cards are done by the Synchrony Bank, and they're just pure criminals. I mean, I think the best deal you can get with them is like 25%, and it's almost touching 40. But they have this Care Credit, and for 39%, they'll finance my teeth. And if I ever want to get my dog fixed, you know, at the vet.
Right. I mean, a lot of like health places take Care Credit. But what is it? Just if you didn't pay, would they repo your teeth? Would there be a dentist chasing you and be like, "Give me back that tooth. You didn't pay for it."
No, it's pretty much it's an unsecured loan, but it's crazy. I didn't mean to go down that with the teeth, but you know mine got to get.
Oh, hold on. When I cracked my tooth and found out, I went to a dentist. Right.
Well, you're a school teacher. You probably have really good insurance. I know you guys got good insurance.
This guy with the jokes. No, even with the dental insurance that I had, they were like, "Okay, we can schedule you for a root canal." I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll get to keep my tooth."
Yeah, that's a nice way of saying we can impact some bacteria.
Yeah.
In a canal in your mouth and let it fester for years.
And then I was like, "Okay, can you show me the prices for the root canal and show me the prices for just the extraction?" So they showed me the extraction was like $279. They were even going to take the wisdom tooth right behind it for free. I'm like, okay, that's $279. Well, let me see the price for the root canal. When I saw 4 digits at the top of the bill,
yeah.
I'm like, no, just pull it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had to go around with that gauze all day. You know,
you're used to having shit packed in your mouth, so.
Oh, hi-yo.
I mean, because you chew tobacco.
I don't chew tobacco.
So you know what he's been having.
This guy with the jokes.
When the dancing Korean comes in, I got to change the microphone foam.
No.
That's like $60 damn for these damn foams.
But hang on. Since he's making jokes with me, I'm going to tell the fact that when we go out to dinner, you know, families and the wives and stuff like that, I'll eat a steak right in front of them. Right, the nice medium rare steak you cut into, it's all pink in the middle.
Now he's going to low blows. I know where this is going.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting there. Look, well, like one day he took us out to Golden Corral because you know we were.
Well, I wouldn't call that steak. That's like shoe leather.
Well, we were doing some cleaning up at somebody's house, and we were went to lunch, and I was just eating that steak right in front of him, and he was just looking poor puppy dog eyes because he can't chew
I
steak.
can't chew shit, man. I got a few teeth up front, a few on the bottom, and a couple that just are hanging on for dear life in the back.
So if you know Ralph, go eat steak right in front of him just to piss him off.
I like steak, but I really can't chew shit, man. I used to love to eat like peanuts and peanuts.
No, the funniest thing, and
penis.
Here's another rabbit hole we can go down. There's this famous buffalo wing place here in town. It's in the name, right? I went out to help him one Sunday, and he took me to lunch.
Oh, this fucking
with his
we're going down this fucking rabbit hole.
Yeah, his daughter was selling Girl Scout
Buffalo
cookies.
Wild Wings.
It's in the name. You would think, they would have good wings. These the wings his daughter got looked like they had been under one of those heat lamps for like 10 hours.
It looked like that dried turkey jerky.
Yeah, he got grown up.
I'm getting indigestion just thinking about it.
He got grown up chicken nuggets, the boneless ones, with some sort of weird whatever sauce you got. It looked like they just like painted it on with a paintbrush. It looked like chicken nuggets with a little bit of sauce on it.
You're dry. Your vagina's dry. Let me just explain this fucking story. Let me take over. Okay?
Hey.
Let me just take over. Let me fly this plane. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings on Skybo Road. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to call you bastards out. Buffalo Wild Wings on Skybo Road, Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I'm going to tell the whole damn story, Robert.
It's in the name.
Yeah. So the wings at Domino's Pizza, which, by the way, Domino's Pizza has the worst pizza in town, but has some of the best wings. So you would assume that Buffalo Wild Wings would have good wings. They were terrible. All their food's terrible. My coleslaw was ground up cabbage with like olive oil on it. And she's like, that's the way people eat it nowadays because mayonnaise based stuff is fattening. Fuck you, bitch. I want Korean. Oh, I can't say that. Can I? Hold on.
Well,
I'll beep later.
It had a little bit of vinegar on it too. I remember that.
Well, because you ate off my plate. Anyway,
I agree. That I did eat off his plate because I wanted to try it. But
Hannah had a Girl Scout thing set up for Autumn. She couldn't go. Hannah's my wife. She couldn't go. So I took Autumn to the Girl Scout thing. I kicked butt, by the way. Robert showed up as backup because we had this thing in our head that we're going to sell all these Girl Scouts because we only sold like 60 boxes out of 500. But anyway, it was at Buffalo Wild Wings. So we thought we'd be nice, and we would go in there and we'll buy food from them and support them because they let us set up outside for the Girl Scouts. It was the nastiest food. It was so nasty. Let me tell you about the waiter. So I gotta be real careful. I gotta be real careful with this. Okay, let me tell you about the waiter. So I can paint you a mental picture, and then you can fill in the lines. So this young kid comes up. He's about 115 pounds,
soaking wet.
Yeah, but maybe like 5'11". So he comes up, and he's got a pair of Jordans on. They're like green and white. I remember that. And he had some fancy like acid washed pants and he had like a sports shirt on. But what I did notice is his pants were just above his knees, tied real tight with a belt so they wouldn't fall off. His whole ass was sticking out with his underwear on. He was wearing a pair of white boxer shorts with like sports something on them, and he had a doo-doo streak. He had a doo-doo streak on his underwear. And he worked there. It was the most. Am I lying?
I wish I could say that it was a funny story he's making.
I was going to tell this story last week, and they're like, no, because for some reason I come off racist, or some people say homophobic,
listen,
but I am not.
Ralph is not.
I hate everybody. I am an equal opportunity asshole. I hate everybody.
He's not any of those things. He's just a big asshole.
Yeah, I hate everybody.
But he's a lovable asshole.
I love to hate everybody.
I'll go with that.
Anyway, so this kid.
Well, hold on. Let me tell him what I got.
Okay, you tell him your story.
I didn't get the wings because I've eaten there before, and I know. So I got their double smash burger, which was pretty greasy. It was pretty good. I take statins, so I was okay.
It had macaroni and cheese on it. I remember that.
Yeah, mac and cheese. That was a good burger. I'll tell you. If you're going to go there, get the burgers because that was really good. Okay, so I'm eating their burgers. He's bitching about his coleslaw, so I take a fork and be like, "No, shut up and let me taste it." It literally was wet cabbage, a little bit of vinegar. That's it. A little bit of olive oil. That was it.
Hannah loves wings. I brought home Hannah like 15 wings, and the next morning there was 14 in the refrigerator. So that tells you how bad it is. They were terrible. I'm not going to keep beating them up But that kid, imagine your waiter comes up, you got your 8-year-old, she's about to be 8, daughter sitting next to you, and then I got my other little bitch, Robert, my other kid, my 40-some-year-old kid, with me. So we're eating, and something falls off the table, and the waiter bends over to pick it up, and all you see is his nasty ass drawers in our face. And I said something to the manager, but here's the problem. The manager comes out, and her fingernails they're 10 inches long. I mean, they're 10 inches long. There's like Skittles. The candy Skittles is inside the fingernail, painted in epoxy, like part of the nail. Like, I didn't want to taste the fucking rainbow. You know what I mean? And she's handling my shit with them big ass. I mean, I'm a guy, man. I mean, my nails are short. Look how nasty they can get.
Hang on. It always just makes you think, because when you take a dump,
how you wiping your ass?
You got to get that. I mean, you go in the crevices, get it all out, because you don't want to be walking and be like.
Well, I like to. Hey, I pack the finger. I like to get one little. I call it the dipper. Just a little bit right there to make sure you got it all.
You do not want to be walking on a hot day, and you start to feel something wet in between your ass. You don't want that.
Yeah, and how's Freddy Krueger wiping her ass? That's what I want. It's just. How's she wiping her ass, Robert?
Especially if she has diarrhea. You know that shit's going to go through that, paper towel, or not paper towel, the toilet paper is going to get all over that. Ugh.
I want to know how she wipes her ass. I want to know how she does anything. Answers the phone, types on the computer. I mean, anything.
Like, when I type, I can tell when my fingernails are too long because I start to feel it.
Freddy Krueger would have been envious. These nails, I'm not joking, man. He's seen them too. Damn, I drank that Coke too fast. Robert actually told me when I left this place, he said, you got a podcast now. He says, you really need to start thinking about what you talk about. He says, you probably don't want to go to, because he knew what I was thinking. I had the kid with the ass hanging out with his pants down around his legs, and then I had the manager lady with the 10-inch fingernails with Skittles epoxied in them.
Yeah, I want you to understand.
And he told me, he's like, don't do this. He goes, I'm a school teacher, and the way you talk, you'll make me look bad. Well,
and I was telling him this. I was like, look, if you're going to talk about it, at least wait a week or two, because he was hot when we left.
I was pissed,
oh,
man.
My God.
I was on the phone with like
corporate or whatever.
Yeah. I was talking to, well, it ain't Colonel Sanders. I was talking to Colonel Sanders himself. No, this is Buffalo Wild Wings, but I could tell you some fucking KFC stories too. But I called the corporate office and I was like, look, there's signs in the bathroom. All employees got to wash their hands. The cook's got to wear hair nets. Where is the fucking paper that says pull your pants up? And hey, man, if you want to bust a sag, I'm okay with that. My pants are baggy. I'm a fat guy with no ass. I've been rocking a sag before it was cool. When I was in elementary school, I was busting a sag, fellas. In my husky jeans from J.C. Penney's, Kmart. But anyway, rustlers. But anyway, I don't care about the sag. I don't care about the loose fitting pants. But when they're down that far, and if you're going to show your fucking underwear, go buy some nice underwear without dookie streaks in them. And that kid smelled too, man. He smelled like old blunts and
let's put it this way.
Onions. He smelled like onions, like that bacteria that just.
Hang on. Let's put it this way. I'm gonna go back.
We started talking about cheese,
right? I'm gonna go back just for the burger. If you're gonna eat there, I would just say get the burgers, because the whole point of this part of the story was their wings are terrible.
Yeah. Let's the wings are terrible.
At a place,
the girl's nails were I mean, I'm talking Wolverine.
Ugh.
Freddy Krueger. I want to say her name so bad. Robert has told me, he's like, I will never come on this show again if you say her name, because her name is a stereotypical name that
don't say it.
I'm not saying it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Let it go.
I'm letting it go, and I can't say his name either.
Don't just
the busting the sag guy.
Just let it go.
Can we talk about the music that was played in there while we were in there?
I don't even remember that.
You remember the music?
Well, what was the music?
It was like a '90s rap video. I mean, it was like. Never mind. I got to shut up.
I don't remember.
I'll stop.
I don't remember that.
Here, hold on a second. Let me just
pull the pin on that.
They won't pull.
Well, a lot of people in the movies, they pull it with their teeth, but he can't.
I ain't got no teeth. Ain't got no teeth.
Now, just remember, the whole point of the story is eat steak in front of Ralph because that will make him sad. It's so hilarious.
And what makes me sad is like dental insurance that I don't have any. That's what makes me sad.
Yeah. And what's even funnier is I forget, one of your regulars came in with like a bag full of like the softest beef jerky.
Oh, man.
And he was like, man, I can't eat beef jerky.
We
he
had
was
a
like,
plug
try one.
Weaver. Was it Weaver? They're out of Ohio. It's like Weaver Brothers Meats or something. It sounds like a gay porn. It's like Brothers Meats out of Ohio where the beef sticks are soft.
It was like, okay, long story short, one of his regular customers came in.
I couldn't eat beef jerky. I lost a chunk out of this one.
One of his regular customers came in and said, here, try one. And Ralph's like, oh. And it's just like his eyes just, oh my goodness, something I can eat. Hannah, order me 50. Like,
I did. So the beef jerky was good, man. And it was in Ohio somewhere. It was like Weaver Brothers Meats. I'll tell you next episode, but it was like 70 some damn dollars, but they shipped it within a couple of days and it's gone. We ate it all. We started with teeth, by the way. So the guest I had coming, I don't script nothing. I don't script anything because I just don't like that. But what I do is I'll have like some talking points that I want to say to the guest. And I don't have that. So this ended up talking about teeth, Buffalo Wild Wings, a kid that can't pull his pants up, and a lady with 7 with like a petri dish of bacteria growing underneath their fingernails with Skittles.
Serving food.
Taste the rainbow.
Yeah, serving food.
Yep. Buffalo Wild Wings, Skybo Road, right in front of Guitar Center. But I can't mention them.
Get their burgers, not their wings.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just to backtrack.
Oh, the bathroom was gross too.
Hold on. To backtrack one thing. Of the 3 national chains, Domino's is the best pizza.
I'll slap you. I'll bitch slap you right here.
And we will go on. Domino's, of the 3 chains, Papa John's, Domino's.
I'll knock you back across the DMZ.
And Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
No.
Kim Jong-un, he's coming back.
They're the best.
Baby, come back.
They're the best of the 3 national chains.
No.
Who?
If you're going to eat like fast food pizza, it's going to be Pizza Hut.
Oh my God, their dough tastes terrible.
The pan pizza is fried in olive oil.
Oh my God. Their dough tastes terrible.
You're going to sit here on this show and say that Domino's Pizza is better than Pizza Hut.
Yes.
You've lost your fucking mind.
Now,
granted, we have some amazing pizza in town, so I'll go ahead and plug a few. Primo's Pizza.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn's gone, I think.
No, there's one on Ramsey.
Oh, yeah. Brooklyn Pizza, Primo Pizza, Elizabeth's over there on Skybo by Hobo Freight.
Yeah,
that's good.
Those are good.
But like fast food pizza, Domino's is gross, man.
I'll eat your Domino's pizza.
You do eat my fucking Domino's pizza every time it's here.
Well, because you don't eat it.
You ate the plate the homeless lady brought in.
Lies and flim flam.
It was not lies. It was no flim flam. My wife vetted that story. She even said it.
Yeah.
What was her name? Cynthia.
Hey,
Cynthia brought it in.
Come in one Saturday and ask me the true story behind that. And don't forget to buy something from me. That way he can feed me that
Well,
day.
anyway, I forgot to say this. So we are no longer in the Fort Liberty Pawn Studios. It is now the Fort Bragg.
So our Secretary of Defense got you to change your name too?
No, I've been wanting to change the name. So I didn't want to say nothing, but I'm kind of fond of Fort Bragg, the name. I mean, just, I got a lot of family that served there, and, when it was Fort Bragg, and I don't care about the Confederate general and all that. None of that matters. It's just, when you got lots of family members and their honorable discharges and their awards and their plaques and the ones that have died, everything says Fort Bragg, and then now it's Fort Liberty. When we moved back to town, we wanted to do the right thing. We were being patriotic, and the name of the base was Fort Liberty, so we did Fort Liberty. But we wanted to be Fort Bragg, and we are now Fort Bragg Pawn and Gun again here. And now we're coming to you from the Fort Bragg Pawn Studios. I'm not supposed to say gun, but I do.
Wait, you got a beeper for that?
I know, but I don't even know what I'm doing with this mixer. Paid $1,200 for this damn thing. I don't know what the hell I'm doing with it.
There's buttons and knobs. That's all I can say.
We have an advisor, and he's like, stop doing the God sounds and don't do the robot sounds. And
that's okay for sure.
And I'm supposed to fade the music in and fade the music out. Apparently, I'm too fast with the buttons. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah.
Teeth.
So this message is brought to you by Fort Bragg Pawn and Gun, 2908 Fort Bragg Road here in Fayetteville, North Carolina, Vietnam. And my host, the Dancing Korean, co-host, still gay as ever. And Hannah's Rockin' Gem for all your rock, crystal, gems, geodes, and artwork. And there's so much over there.
Can I ask you one thing? Every time I look at our videos and your videos online, it says Hannah Rockin', like you're rocking.
Yeah.
It is rock and gem.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Hannah's Rockin' Gem.
Rockin' Gem. Okay. Just clearing up for people at home.
Yeah.
It is Hannah's Rock and Gem. Although it is rockin'.
Robert works for us part-time.
He
sees the sign every day.
I'm clearing it up for the people at home, you know.
But Hannah is our sponsor, and then of course the pawn shop sponsor, because nobody wants to sponsor us yet. We do have a deal pending, but it's a different deal. It's more of a, I can't even say now that what was that thing I had to sign?
An NDA.
Yeah, I signed an NDA,
a non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah, another. But anyway, you guys will be.
Signed it.
I will say one thing: you guys will be the first ones to know about that when I can talk about it, and it's pretty exciting.
Yeah. Don't forget, come Saturday, see the Dancing Korean.
The Dancing Korean. And we got Special Forces Pete. He's actually here today. He's in the back breaking something.
Break dancing. I don't know.
Yeah. He was singing. He was singing Down with OPP by Naughty by Nature.
He is of presidential dancing age.
Yeah.
I
tell you what, man. He can work. He works his ass off for his age. Pete is almost 70 years old. Can you believe that? We're in our 40s, and I feel like
shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
70 years old, man. He outworked us today. I think he threw about 20 some sheets of sheetrock up on the truck. Anyway, when I don't have what I'm going to talk about, I don't have the host that I thought was coming in, and we just go down rabbit holes like Teeth, Buffalo Wild Wings, Domino's Pizza, inferior, and Pizza Hut, superior. And we talk about Pete and the Dancing Korean, Robert. Is there anything you want to throw in here?
Come see me on Saturdays.
Why don't you plug your book real quick? We got a little bit of time.
You sure you want me to plug my book?
Plug your book.
This
is serious, by the way.
Ever since I was in high school, middle school, I like to write stories, and I like to write books now that Amazon has their own self-publishing thing. And for the longest time, I used to have books up and I'd take them down because I thought nobody was reading them. I tried to retool them, and I came up with this one. It's called Caretaker's Purgatory, 49 CAG Repeats. It is somewhat autobiographical because my wife, Kristen, most beautiful person in the world, has Huntington's disease.
We love her. Love you, Kristen.
She has Huntington's disease. And if you don't know what that is, on the 4th chromosome of your 23 chromosomes, there's a certain number of CAG, the amino acid repeats. And if it's above 20, you're going to develop Huntington's. She has 49, and that's where I got that number from. If you don't know what Huntington's is,
Google it.
It's
pretty serious.
It's pretty serious. Her mom died of it, and she's going to die of it in about maybe 5 to 10 years. And I wrote a fictitious book of a caretaker because I'm her caretaker, and I'm going to be widowed in about 10 years. And it was kind of like my therapy to write it. And it's up on Amazon. You can get a Kindle version for $1. And I'll be here Saturdays. I'll autograph your Kindle.
I tell you what, go check it out and support him because every bit of the proceeds from this book go to a plan that they have or some experimental treatment for her.
Yeah.
So if you can, go to Amazon, check that out. Name?
Caretaker's Purgatory, 49 CAG Repeats.
And I'll get somebody to link it on here. I'm real stupid when it comes to technology.
Yeah. I don't cry, and it made me cry to write it. So
it's really good. I've read portions of it. Hannah's read it all the way through already. I haven't got all the way through it. And Hannah's really critical about Robert. I mean, like she lets him have it. He gets no slack from her, and she really enjoyed it. I mean, she said it was a really good book.
So
well, anyway, that's enough depressing stuff.
Yeah.
But hey, thanks for coming. Thanks for listening. And we'll see you guys again. Episode 4 is in the books, and maybe we can get our guests back on the next go around.
Now I have music to dance to.
You're doing the Trump, the double fisty.
Hey, you know, NFL players are doing it. It's my NFL celebration.
I'm going to do the balls. I said, young man,